Clash of Clans, Episode 6, Gradients.
Gradient.
Skilly beep 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 skilly beep. Today we've got a real special episode of Clash of Clans for you fans in the stands. I'm here with that hot bot that ought not get caught. That's Scott. And I'm your pal, Biggity Boneyard.
Biggity be in the house.
I'm here in the sound studio, bringing it to you live. WBSMT Radio. That's Scotty's basement for those of you in the know. And that's right, today we've got something special for your ears. That's right, we've got an interview with our friends over at the Wiki page. They're going to be coming in a little later. That being said, let's get right to it.
All right. Boneyard was practicing that radio voice the entire time. I mean, it's not like he needed a lot of practice, but he was practicing the entire time we were waiting to do our interview, which we're going to talk about this week before we get into the interview, because I just kind of think it's important to set up the scene.
Yes, let's recap where we were at when this whole thing started.
All right. So
Of course, we were here live at the sound studio at WBSMT Radio, but it wasn't the afternoon like we normally be recording. This was 4:30 in the morning. Now, big snowstorm here in Duluth. I barely got here. I drove here at 1 in the morning and almost abandoned my car on the freeway.
Go to your normal voice.
Oh, okay. I'm still rocking it real smooth for you kiddies out there in radio land.
Okay, so
Anyway.
we're going to break down kind of how the night went. We recorded this interview at 4:30 in the morning during the middle of a snowstorm. It was so much fun to do. And so we're just going to kind of set the scene. And then,
I think that was the scene.
well, I want to talk about the build up to it.
Talk about it.
So Boneyard gets here at about 2 in the morning after having spent how many hours building?
I was over at my buddy's house all day. We were building props for our movie that's coming out. By the way, for those of you who don't know, the Northwood Zombie Apocalypse, the trailer for it is a movie we made. The trailer for it is on YouTube's at tnzatrailer.com or TNZ Trailer. And the new movie, The Ginger King, starring the indomitable, I'll just say Davis. That's good enough for you folks out there. Sword and sorcery fantasy movie. We've been making swords all day.
Yeah, so they're
The whole day. Check that out, the
completely-
Ginger King trailer.
They're completely nerding out, building weapons and then shooting some stuff. And so I'm here, and like you heard last week, I haven't been feeling good. Had a sore throat. My voice is finally coming back. And so I was sick at home watching some movies. And so then Boneyard got here, and we were waiting for the interview to start.
Let me start by saying that I was told this interview was to start at 3. And when I got here, I found out it will start at 5. So I had hours to wait. So Scotty and I had to, let's just say we had to find something to do for those hours.
So, and Boneyard spent some of that time working and practicing on his radio voice, which you just heard coming in.
Silky smooth.
Dork. Or as we go here, nerd. And so, we're really excited about the interview. I think you guys are going to really like it. It was so much fun to do. What I learned is that 4 nerds are better than 2. And I could see exactly why people go to Comic-Con. Whether you're 20, 30, 40, you get a bunch of us together.
I don't think that really had anything to do with it. What? Comic-Con?
Yeah, Comic-Con, where all the nerds go. So it's like, whoa, it was fun to bring other people into the conversation.
I guess if I was going to look for some nerds to bash, Comic-Con would be the place to go.
Yeah, like you'd be bashing nerds at Comic-Con.
I would totally be bashing nerds, but I would also be buying some cool Boba Fett characters.
You would be totally nerding out the whole time.
I would have to buy some new magic cards.
Get ideas for your weapons. So
I'm going to the Firefly panel tomorrow.
Anyway, so we're waiting for the interview to get started.
Ooh, Ninja Stars.
God. Because two of the guys that we talked to in the interview are from Australia, we spent about 45 minutes arguing and me pleading Boneyard not to talk about Paul Hogan, a.k.a. Crocodile Dundee.
Crocodile Dundee. Not only did these Scotty thought for sure that these guys wouldn't know who Paul Hogan was. And I thought for sure, I mean, They have to know who he is. He's a national hero in Australia.
He actually asked me, what? Can I ask if he's on their money?
And they didn't. Yeah, I thought Paul Hogan would be on the money. He'd be on like the 20. What do they have there? Dollars? Probably call them Joeys or something. I don't know. And of course, when I asked if they knew who Paul Hogan was, they said they had no idea. When I asked if they knew who Crocodile Dundee was, he said he'd heard of him, but had never seen the movies. I lost $1, and I was kind of pissed.
Yeah. Well, I spent that long trying to talk him out of asking the questions, because I'm like, oh yeah. Every time I'm sure American talks to an Australian, they ask about Crocodile Dundee.
Have you ever rode around in a kangaroo's pouch?
Oh, so this was what it was like. Of course, we're getting really tired as the night goes on.
Getting a little punchy, yeah.
Getting a little punchy. I begged him. He didn't listen. So you're not going to hear that part of the interview. Thank God for anybody listening. And they were so nice about it.
Wildly off topic there for a little while.
Yeah, for the first 15 minutes, Boneyard's just fascinated. Really, no Crocodile Dundee. So it was, what you're about to hear. It was so much fun, and it really doesn't capture how much fun we had with talking with these guys.
Yes, this has been edited greatly due to all sorts of meanderings and
a little bit of technical problems.
A couple of technical problems, but we chopped it up and brought the interview to you in its full glory. The rest of it is mostly garbage.
Yeah, and so it's fun to us,
but yeah, it's not. You guys don't. Hey, there's 15 minutes of 4 dudes giggling.
Yeah, it was just awesome. And so I want to send out a heartfelt apology to BD BlazedDragon, who you're about to hear from, and Lugia, who you're about to hear from. The other night I was asleep in bed and woke up for unknown reasons, went to the computer, saw that they were both on, and there was a couple pieces of the interview that we just needed to tweak because some overlapping, and they graciously agreed to get on with me and let me record.
Re-record some stuff.
And I had to listen to it the next day.
Well, let me tell you, Scott calls me and he's like, "Hey, actually, we there was a couple of things we needed to redo. I got up last night and they were on, so I recorded a couple questions within like 15 minutes. Got some good questions, and so it's all good." And I said, "Oh, that's great." Later on that afternoon, he called me. He says, "Oh my God, I'm mortified. That wasn't 15 minutes. That was 2 hours. I was talking to those guys on the computer." And so he's got all this. He didn't even know it. He's got all this thing asking him the same questions over and over.
And I totally remember talking to him and totally remember everything, but you could tell by the end I was like half asleep, blathering, asking him the same questions. And these guys are so polite and so nice that they didn't even interrupt me and say, "Hey, you
need to go to sleep."
Yeah, you need to go back to bed. So I apologize for keeping you guys the other night. Thanks for putting up with me. But we got everything that we needed, I believe. And like I said, this was such a fun interview, such a great learning thing. In the interview, we're joined by Lugia, BlazedDragon, who goes by BD, and GorillaMan. And GorillaMan was just on the chat, so he chimes in a few times throughout the interview. And the whole time that we were recording it, all I could picture was from Die Hard 4, Live Free or Die Hard, the warlock down in his basement, in his bunker.
Kevin Smith.
Yeah, Kevin Smith's character.
In the command center. Yeah,
just listening in because he chimed in with these really great answers. And so it was really great to have them all here. And then we'll just do a little breakdown after the interview. So here it is.
Yeah, I'll kick it off to the interview. Enjoy.
Skilly beep boop beep boop skilly beep.
Hey guys.
Hey guys, welcome to the sound studio here at WBSMT Radio. Want to introduce yourselves?
So my name is BlazedDragon, or you can call me BD. I'm an admin in the wiki. I'm a strategist. I have a clan journal which you guys can look at, and I also work at the polls every 2 weeks in the wiki. I'm in a clan called Dragon Knights. Yeah, if you have any questions to ask me, just go to my message wall.
Welcome, BD. And we also have Lugia with us.
Lugia with a soft G?
Either way,
Okay.
whatever suits.
Where does that come from?
I used to play Pokemon tons, so it came from my favorite Pokemon.
Oh, right on.
You play Pokemon, didn't you? Warner?
Nah, I never did.
No.
I used to watch the cartoon all the time.
Oh, okay.
Well, just like BD, I go around the wiki making sure all the edits are fine and everything. That's really it, apart from gradients. I like gradients.
So, besides a really rad game from the 80s on the Atari, what is Gradients?
Or how would you explain gradients?
What the hell is a gradient?
Okay then. Pretend on the left side of your screen you have a completely black strip. On the right side you have a completely white strip. Now pretend every bit in between it slowly fades to the other color. That's all I've got. They can be other colors too.
Can be different shades.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You know what? Actually, here's what I'd like to ask. Boneyard doesn't really understand the whole idea of
The interwebs.
Yeah,
I am actually quite a noob. I got playing with this game. Scotty's like a podcast. I said, "What's a podcast?" And I like to argue with you. Let's talk about it on the radio. So, can you tell us what exactly the wiki is?
I guess a wiki is a place where anybody can contribute and anybody can get information from to help them. Add information, add images, give help, ask questions.
Yes.
But different parts of it. So there's like a community there and a community over there and all that.
Lugia, how did you get involved as an administrator of the wiki?
I went around the wiki looking for information about how to start off the game, and I started to notice that every single picture for the buildings was kind of awkward. Like some would have backgrounds, some wouldn't. They were differently sized. So I just decided to get a picture of basically every building in the game, crop it to the same size, and then put it on the wiki. And then everyone chipped in, and we started reformatting everything.
You saw a problem and you decided to fix it.
Yeah. Everyone had been wanting
wow.
to do it for ages, so...
GorillaMan just chimed in. Could you read that for us, BD?
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was great work.
Thanks.
And you, BD, how did you get started with the wiki?
Suddenly I found this website and then I started, playing around with it. But not vandalizing as in like, learning more stuff.
Yeah, I heard one of my clan members said that somebody hacked the wiki, and I don't think at that point you can really hack a wiki. You just write whatever you want on it, right? And then somebody will, if it's stupid, somebody will erase it. Somebody hacked the wiki and said something vulgar about the Valkyries. Somebody took it down, or maybe it's still there. I guess probably
No.
not. Yeah.
Nah, it's not there.
Let me ask you. So what is it that you guys do at the wiki? What, how many hours a day do you put in, or how much time do you spend doing it? And what is your job as or staff
So
members?
Gorilla is or G-Man is in charge of directing the wikis. He practically chooses what happens to it. So
We have GorillaMan online with us, and he is doesn't have a mic, so he can't be here with us online, so you can't hear him. But he is communicating with us live here on the podcast.
another one who runs the show is the Himi. He's more of the the strict kind of director. Then we have Mrs. Supercell or MSS. He's just just looks around the wiki, makes sure that everything's correct. And he also does the polls with me. Because I work with the polls, he also does.
The polls? No, you guys are actually. Is that you're taking polls to vote on stuff? Okay, like I said, I've only looked on your wiki, several times, so I'm not on it all the time. Scotty is the man who's giving me all the information.
How dare he?
Well, honestly, I am so off I don't know about interwebs. That Scotty is giving me printouts of the wiki. That's how I get my information. Actual paper, pieces of paper, not even on the screen.
Sorry.
I am involved, of course.
Yeah.
You know, I work on the clan journals. I'm a strategist. We also have T Perry. Then we got Flammy, who's a strategist too, and a video producer. So go
Okay.
check him out.
Like music videos or just YouTube? Oh, okay.
Can you guys hear me sighing heavily over here? Okay.
Then we have Synergy Shades. He does great graphic design. Oi, what'd you say?
Graphics.
Yeah, graphic designs, and yeah, he's a really cool guy. Brady 1726. He's just an administrator who just just looks around the wiki. But then we have Lugia. actually, yeah. You wanna say yours?
Nah, you can go ahead.
Mastermind.
Well, I'm obsessed with gradients.
It's just full of it. Our newest member. I don't know how to pronounce his name, so I'll just say
Not-
Obelix.
Obelisk?
Yeah.
I saw that. I
It's a
saw
gamer
that in
thing.
there. When you mix numbers and letters together, sometimes it's so. Lugia, let me ask, how many hours a day do you spend working on the wiki, or just being involved? And
So I get up, check the wiki, pack my bag, get ready for school, check the wiki, go down to the bus stop, check the wiki, get on the bus, check the wiki, get off the bus, check the wiki, go to class, check the wiki, go to recess, check the wiki, go to class, check the wiki, go to lunch, check the wiki, go to class, check the wiki, get out of class, check the wiki, go wait for the bus, check the wiki.
I'm just gonna sum it up and say that I look at the wiki a lot,
Okay.
and usually around 6 to 7 hours a day.
BD, how much time do you spend on the wiki, or what does your day today look like?
It's a normal day in the first half. So from the time I wake up to like 5 when I get home, 4 or 5 o'clock. Well, once I get home by like 4 o'clock, I immediately go on the either go on the wiki or go play Clash of Clans. No, whenever I come on my computer, I always see all the questions that I have been asked answered. Right, Lugia? Right?
Yeah.
And I guess, what types of questions do you get? I mean, who's asking what?
Normally, they would just ask me, how do I get back to this clan, or how do I find this clan? And well, just to let you guys know, the best way to look for a clan
Okay.
is only putting in a part of the name. So, for example, Dragon Knights. Just put in Knights, and you'll find it.
Okay.
Now, I have a question for all three of you guys.
Definitely.
Wouldn't this game
Yeah.
be better if there was player-to-player direct mail and clan, even if not that, clan mail?
Oh,
Go
well, that would work really well for me.
Right. And I know that you haven't worked on your sandbox or your
Yeah.
guide or whatever, but you did talk about rules and stuff like that. And wouldn't that make it a lot better to?
Yeah, you could if you had an embassy where everybody could click on it, and the clan president
Auto message
could write down the rules, so everybody could read whatever he wrote down. Even if it's some jerky thing, or you could mail them. You can mail everybody in your clan at once, like, hey, watch out for these guys and this and that, or mail people that you're talking to on the Globe chat. You can mail, and you could start a conversation off of Globe chat. You could start a conversation and bring it over to just two people talking instead of trying to bust in with everybody. I mean, if you ever go to Globe chat, all it is join us. No, join us.
Level 5
I'm
Pika,
donating
really.
Pekkas right now. Like, who cares what you're donating right now? Join me. Like, yeah. Oh, really? Where is that happening? Nobody's doing that.
Yeah, Globe chat.
Right.
Then.
Yeah. Right. And you guys are in clans, and I think if you've listened to us, you know how he and I started a clan. We are in a clan with all people from Minnesota here in the States.
Oh, hold up, Boneyard. GorillaMan just chimed in. He says the idea of better in-game communication has frequently been suggested and luckily not ruled out. Why don't you finish it, BD?
The team already know that people want this. However, it does not imply the idea will be coming soon, though. Smiley face.
Smile.
At least they know we want it, as players. At least they know that we want it, and it's something that they can aspire to do.
I know I asked Lugia about this the other night, but do you guys get a lot of haters and vandalism on the site?
Haters.
Bash that nerd.
Not really, no. We get a lot of general haters that just hate the wiki in general, but not really.
So, Lugia, do you want to kind of talk about that? About people, do people go in and just make up random facts?
You know what, Lugia, on that same vein, I'd like to hear some of the things that you have erased that were total bull baloney. What do you got?
Swearing.
Yeah, that's what they do all day.
Yeah. Worst of all, they download a picture of a really inappropriate picture to the wiki and then put it on every single page. They are such a pain to deal with.
So you're talking about like straight up perverts, like doing things that are crazy inappropriate.
Yep.
Not just saying, hey, there's some this and that and saying some words, but like making some really wrong things happen. That sucks. That sucks, though. I mean, you're ruining other people's fun. You want to do that? Go to chat roulette. Right, isn't that a thing?
So
I saw that on a TV show.
Did you hear him? What, is that a thing?
Isn't that a thing? I saw that on a TV show.
Yeah.
Well, that's gotta probably be most of the time of what you're doing is not helping other people with new information. It's stopping jerks from ruining all of our fun.
So what do you guys how do you deal with the vandalism? Is there something that is coming into place to deal with that?
You're cute.
Really? I've been saying
Lugia, that's your cue. Go.
Oh.
Too bad.
Well, the stickers have started to come in. They're going over many of the pages, basically all of them, and it's mainly just to stop the ridiculous amounts of vandalism from no-namers that hide behind their IP. So we've got normal ones like on the Minion that have just come out that we don't have much info on that anyone can edit. Then we've got the half-locked ones, which allow only registered members to edit. We have fully locked ones, which are staff members, and we've got our user page ones, which we can stick on our user page.
So is this something that is now in place? Is this something that's coming?
It's basically currently in place.
How is it working?
Yeah, well, we haven't seen much vandalism yet.
Yeah, you can't.
I have. Everyone's ganging up on the ones that are open. Seriously.
True. Well, at least we can narrow down the people who are vandalizing onto one page and just monitor it. 25 editors in the last 3 days on Minion.
So let me ask about the site in general. It's obviously like with people in our clan, with me, Boneyard, you get a lot of visitors. Do you have any idea how many visitors you get per day?
In the last week, we've had 1.9 million views, 6,894 edits, and 114 photos.
Holy smokes.
Whoa.
Holy crow.
Yeah.
Trying to not swear.
Yesterday, we had 234,000 views. Oh, we've hit our peak for edits this week. And same with photos. So we've hit nearly 1,500 edits and 32 photos yesterday.
And is almost all those edits and photos stuff that you have to delete from there as vandalism, or is it people adding that is information that you want on there?
I think it's people. I think it's things where we want. Since the new update came out, they might want to add some pictures and
We had a peak the day that the update came out, and we had a lot of vandals that day. So
I was one of those people that was on there constantly. I was really impressed, and I guess, my question is, right when the update finished, I was able to see all of the information about the new troops, the new dark barracks, that kind of stuff. Was that stuff up before the update, or was that something that came right after? I'm kind of curious. Like,
All right. Well, we do have a lot of the info on the new updates is from the Clash of Clans Facebook page, as far as I know, and then basically the instant the update comes out, we search the highest players. If any of us have enough to make this, we just try and get as much information on it as we can in the shortest period of time, and put it up on the wiki, and then let other people add to it if need be.
do you guys get paid for this?
Hell no.
No.
Which we did.
Here's one of the questions Paul from Australia asked. Do you guys have any affiliation with Supercell? Are you in contact with them at all, or do they have any input or anything like that? Or
We don't know if any. We don't really know if anyone is affiliated.
We're not actually
Okay.
sure.
oh, okay, sorry. So, based on what you do, you learn a lot from working on the wiki? Yeah, as far as your gameplay or your strategy.
Oh yeah, it has changed.
It seems like you guys probably are maybe hanging out on the wiki more than you're playing this game. Is that the case?
I can
Yes,
multitask.
Yeah, both going. I got you.
Yeah. So let me just ask about your gameplay. So, do you play throughout the day? Do you, kind of focus to a couple hours? Lugia,
For me, like in the afternoon, I'd play for like an hour. In the morning, I'd come in every 5 or so minutes just to check up, collect my resources. During the day, the same thing. But at nighttime, when I've basically nothing to do, it's either the wiki or a giant session of Clash of Clans.
clashing. Oh,
Yep.
how about you, BD?
Oh, just the same as Lugia.
And I got to say that I'm about the same way too. It's either I check in especially when it says, hey, your shield's about to run out. I make sure I go collect my pumps and elixirs, and maybe even throw a battle on there, so that even though I can't play for the next 4 or 5 hours, whatever they take from me, I just got from somebody. But yeah, it's I really need to now, especially that I'm level 72. I need to focus on. I need to play for a couple of hours. I need to keep this game open for 2 hours, so that I can win enough to do the next thing that I want to do, and have enough that once I get beat, hopefully I won't lose too much, but I make enough to pay for my defeat.
Well, let me ask you this:
Let me ask you this.
either one of you could start the game all over, what would you do different?
Your turn.
Start farming.
Start farming early.
Yes.
How about you, Lugia?
I'd definitely start off farming. I wouldn't rush my town hall levels because I really screwed up. I got up to town hall 5 and then looked at the wiki. I wouldn't remove all of the obstacles because they can be useful for funneling troops because they can't walk straight through them. They go around them a little bit. And I'd focus on my defenses more.
Okay.
I ran into the same problem running up my town hall to probably level 5 or level 6 because I wanted to have more defenses and more pumps and more things like that. And then all of a sudden I was at a space where I couldn't defend anything. But
right.
I just focused on my defenses and didn't fight a whole lot of people. And
what about
there in time?
What about your strategy, BD? Besides farming, what would you do?
Improve what I did, what I should have done, like improve my defenses first before I, move on to another town hall level.
Right.
Yeah, right. And that's where Scott and I both are right now. We're both actually Scott is now moving on to town hall level 9. He got a little anxious.
I just needed I needed another dark elixir pump.
I got up to town hall level 8 and because I was anxious and I probably should have stayed at 7. But I got up to 8 and I'm going to upgrade everything until I can't. Then I will go to level 9. Just to
That's what I'm doing.
just to keep it cheaper. And then I hope you listen to the one episode we had where, or you probably know this from the wiki actually, the percentages.
Yeah.
Scott got that information from you guys, and he gave it to me, and I'm telling you about it.
So,
but the percentages, keep that town hall level low. When you fight a level 9 town hall, you'll be able to take millions from them.
GorillaMan, do you want to weigh in here? What would you do different if you could start the game all over? No regrets.
All right, on.
You're lucky.
GorillaMan remains mysterious.
Is there stuff that we haven't covered yet? I think you guys have got me thinking more. I have, way more questions than when we came into the podcast. So hopefully you'll come back in the future here.
Bear with us. This is all new to me anyway.
Yeah.
Scotty apparently knows what he's doing.
Everything's new to you, Boneyard.
That is so true. So is there anything, that you can think of that you wanted to talk about or we haven't talked about yet? I'm just kind of looking at the things that we had kind of written down.
Gradients.
Let's do a small gradient session. Gradients.
See, that'll probably be the intro to the podcast.
This one.
Instead of Boneyard.
Beep, boop, beep, beep, skiddly, beep, beep. Gradients.
And we're back. So,
any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, do you want to shout out to your clan?
My people, the players in my clan wanted me to shout them out. So, to Hammer, Azimuddin, Sleep-Ins, Miso, and those other guys that I forgot.
It sounds
Rejection.
it sounds just like an Oscar speech, Academy Award.
Yeah. Go Dragon Knights. Join Dragon Knights actually.
Trying to bypass chat.
Are you recruiting?
Not really. No, we're not really recruiting. We're good as we are.
Join the unrecruiting clan. We won't recruit you.
Yeah.
We just like to hit reject.
Yeah, we just like to be rejected by Boneyard.
Oh, didn't you say you'd be stepping off the buzzer?
Yes,
yeah. I've totally stepped off the buzzer.
I actually sometimes just hit it just because it's been sitting there.
I've seen him do it a couple times.
Honestly, I've seen it on the clan chat, and it's been like 6 hours. Nobody's rejected or accepted this guy. And I'm like, all right, I'll accept him. Oh, we're full. Rejected. Like, what else can you do?
Yeah.
They're just sitting there staring at the request going, come on.
Nobody else does it, but I've done that. I've stepped off because I noticed that we'll be getting from the website or, the podcast stuff, we'll getting hits from Germany and stuff like that. And all of a sudden somebody will request from, and I speak German, so, I can read what they wrote, but it might be French, it might be something like that.
All the ones I hit are the only ones that I actually hit the button on are, we would like to join your clan. The generic thing, they didn't even write anything in there. They just, I want to join your clan. Boo. You can't even write a personal message. Hey, I heard you, whatever the reason is.
So hey, I follow you down the street every day, except
I watch you sleep.
Boneyard.
Let me join your clan.
Let me join your clan. Why?
So I can watch you more.
Yeah. I need to know what you're doing at your every moment. So, Lugia, do you want to give a shout out to your clan?
I have 2 shout outs actually.
Okay.
First shout out is to my clan leader, who is Bullet for My Ex. Awesome clan, donates tons, has supported me a lot. And second shout out is to Zapsia, who is a friend of mine who just got in the game, and I'm shouting him out because he wanted me to.
Cool.
Zapsia, you're in.
You just got shouted out.
Shout it out.
So, guys, I really want to thank you for being here.
Honestly, yeah. Listen, fellas, it's real nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I'm happy to meet you, and I hope we can continue talking to you in the future.
Yeah.
And obviously,
maybe with a different crew.
Yeah. And anybody from from the wiki wants to come on, we'd be happy to stay up really late again.
Or you guys want to come on and just chit chat and shoot the bull?
Yeah. So.
You have a bull.
Well, it's a goat.
So.
You did.
So thank you guys for being on. Obviously your site you do a lot of great work. People are listening, or people are checking in. People are getting a lot of good information. So great.
And that's what it's all about. Is you're doing a job for all of us out here in Radio Land, out there in interwebs land, having information on the game we all like to play together.
Radiance.
Okay, folks. So that was the interview. I can't tell you how much fun it was to record. And we had to take out so much of the giggling, so much of, we could barely get off the line. It was 6:30, I think, before we're done. And then afterwards, me and Boneyard were so pumped up, we stayed up till almost 10 in the morning talking about it.
Playing with the radio.
Yeah.
Recording all kinds of crazy stuff.
So
I did record a really long, super sexy intro that got erased somehow.
Yeah. Tech problems.
I suspect Scotty didn't want me to do it in the first place. He just erased it.
Not true. So, Bonnier, what'd you get out of the interview? What was your favorite part?
What was my favorite part? Well, my favorite part was meeting new people from around the world. That really is a big. I've been around the world, and I've never been to Australia. Meeting people from around the world. As far as the game goes, learning about how much work it takes to actually, take care of a wiki page.
Yeah, what really blew me away is, so we didn't talk about specifics. We kind of stayed away from who they are personally, but it's more about staying in the game world. But it is so amazing the amount of work that they put in to maintain this website that gets so many hits a day. And the responsibility that they take on. And so I just was so impressed with that. Don't know the other people in the wiki yet. Would love to get to know them. But it was just super impressive to see, how much work they put in and how everything they do makes it easy for us as game players and for us as podcasters to
definitely
make sense of what's going on. So
yeah,
I was just really blown away.
Information is readily at hand, and they make it happen.
Yeah, and just how much fun they were. I mean, we had an absolute blast. So 4 nerds are better than 2. Yeah. That's the new motto here at Clash of Clans Podcast.
The more nerds, the better, I guess, is the way to go. Yeah. And good times had by all.
Yeah. So 5 nerds, I should say, are better than 2.
Well, we did have a computer nerd, interwebs
Warlock.
nerd,
yeah. So, I just want to thank the guys from the wiki again for coming on. It was fantastic having you here. I wish they'd come in more often.
Yeah, open invite to those guys to come back, and everybody else on the wiki if they want to come in and talk all things Clash of Clans.
Yeah, it was just again fantastic at the best time. Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
So next week, we're going to be talking about all things clans.
All things Minnesota nice.
Yeah, we're going to talk about our clan, kind of our rules, and then, what goes on in other clans and maybe how we differ and things like that.
We have we might have a clan member of ours here. We can talk to him and talk about it. Well, talk about it. All
yeah, and then plus catch up on, how things have changed after the update and
yeah, real quick, you got your Hog Riders yet?
Less than 24 hours away from the Hog Riders.
Cool. I'm 2 or 3 days or something like that, but
yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be cute. Mr. T. Mr. T. Remember the Mr. T cartoon from when we were kids?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why, but he was in charge of a group of kids that were all gymnasts for some reason. I don't know what was going on there. But they'd fight crime, and they had a dog that looked like Mr. T, and a little white kid that looked like Mr. T. That was a good show.
On that note,
I think it's time to go. I'm going to have to go
all right,
Google up some Mr. T.
Clash on, everybody, and thanks for listening.
Thank you for coming to our very special episode of ClashofClansPodcast.com. If you have any questions, leave them at
ClashofClansPodcast.com.
ClashofClansPodcast.com.
If you have any questions, send them to comments at ClashofClansPodcast.com. Like our Facebook page, and you'll get updated on the blog. The blog will be getting a new makeover soon, I do believe. So,
Fancy.
yeah, very fancy.
Green eyeshadow. That's the way I like it. Thanks, folks.
See ya.
Skilly beep boop beep boop skilly